My brothers and sisters, hello. I hope you are enjoying this beautiful day. Welcome back to Soul Talk. So there's a really important topic that I want to talk about today, and it's just kind of a download that came to me recently, and I've been trying to figure out the best way to describe it. I'm still sort of working on it, so feel free to sort of take this concept and run with it, or take from it what you will, and if you feel that it resonates with you and it sort of makes sense, then please feel free to let me know, because I'd like to know how you feel about this. But it's sort of about darkness masked as light. In the spiritual community, I've found, or just, in the world in general, but I definitely found within the spiritual community that I keep running into darkness masked as light. I know that we all have light and darkness within us, and I'm sure that you know that too. And being able to recognize whether or not there was a larger level of darkness than light within someone was and is still pretty difficult for me to find. Sometimes the darkness comes out when you trigger something within someone else, when you trigger something within yourself, or someone triggers something within you. We Buddhists would call that karma. Karma isn't necessarily good or bad. It can come out through the positive and the negative, through the light and the dark, but karma is karma. It's from years and years and lifetimes of experience, and good or bad choices that we make. And some people will come into your life to simply teach you the lesson of how to let things be, or to how to let go. And very often, what you'll find is that many people will promise to teach you, many people will promise to love you, to help you grow, to nurture you, and initially that may be what it seems like, that may be what it is, because your soul wants that. Your soul and your spirit are attracted to each other because of certain conditioning, because of fear that comes up within all of us, because we all have fear. We all have things that we're afraid of, like getting close to one another, being hurt. And it's funny that this happens because we all really do just want to be loved, right? We all just want to be loved. But we tend to tell ourselves these same old stories from our past because we are living through our emotional bodies or our pain bodies. I will say that I am guilty of all of these things. Just know that anything that I'm talking about just comes from personal experience. So it's not because I believe that I know better. A lot of these things that you may be resonating with didn't just come from my human consciousness. They came from the source of the spirits. However it is that we receive these messages, however it is that you receive these divine messages, they all come in different forms. So this is just based off of personal experience, this learning experience. And as soon as I learn it, I definitely try to share it with another, to either maybe in a form of protecting you or helping you if I can. So that's really just what I'm here for, is just trying to help and connect and pass on the messages that have been gifted to me. So the darkness masked as light, comes in so many different forms. I've seen very often in the spiritual community not a lot, but some people will feel as if all of this work that we're doing right now is too late, too little, too late. Like they're just ready for war to start at any point. And sure, that could be a reality, a possibility of the world that we live in today, especially us Americans having the president that we have. I tend to not talk about or focus on certain things like religion or politics, just because I don't feel that it's conducive to growth so much, or just in a certain way. But anyways, you know, I stay on the opposite side of that. I stick with the optimism, because if you truly believe in change, you have to be the change, right? And how can you show others the light if you're so comfortable with the darkness? So I think that we all have moments of doubt. We have moments where we are triggered, where our pain body is inflicted by someone else. But another thing that I read from and learned from the Four Agreements from Don Miguel Ruiz is that a lot of these things, it's a disease of the mind. And he explained how if you think of humans having a certain disease, like a skin disease, it would be uncomfortable for us to touch each other. You know, we'd be so sensitive at the touch. And if you think of it in this way, like, all human beings are infected with the disease of the mind, and that's why we put up these blockades, these barricades against one another to try to protect ourselves, because we're afraid of being hurt. And I understand that. I get it. But what I've found is that it creates this ripple effect. And so, let's say I was hurt by Susie Q. So because I'm angry that Susie Q hurt me, I hurt you. And you hurt Fred because I was hurt by Susie Q. And you see how this just like keeps on going? And I'm sure a lot of times we're wondering, well, how do I get it to stop? You know, how do I create boundaries and protect myself at the same time being open and loving? And therein, you know, there's a balance in between there. So it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to process, you know, if anything. It's really important, because we're learning and going through so many different things, and we're around so many different energies all the time. We're connecting with so many different beings on this planet, because we're definitely not alone. You know, we share this planet with each other. So this feeling of loneliness, you know, really comes from us pushing one another away, and it's hurtful. It's incredibly hurtful to all of us, really. It hurts the person who's pushing, and it hurts the person who's being pushed. It's not easy for either. And there's a lot of shame and guilt that's involved in that. And so it only perpetuates the same negative cycle that we've been in for so long. And the thing is that over the last thousands of years, so many spiritual, religious people were just regular beings fighting the good fight for equality. This is a fight that they've fought, and we will probably at times have to fight for what we believe in. We have to stand up for what we believe in. But there's a certain amount of suffering that we don't have to go through anymore. We don't have to go through it anymore. We don't have to keep telling the same old story. We can create new paradigms. We can let it wash away. Right? We can. And it's not like it happens overnight. It does take time. It takes work. It takes daily effort. It really does. Again, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a complete project. But I do try my best to put forth that daily effort to make myself into the best person that I can possibly be, to alleviate the density of this planet and the pain, and try to subside it and let it go by. You know, try to heal. It's very important. So important to heal ourselves and allow ourselves to be healed. And So there's a battle within that we fight all the time, within trying to give people the benefit of the doubt and not be used or abused or hurt. So how do we do this? How do we do that without pushing back, without pushing someone else away? Well, the best way for me is to realize that you can't really change things that have already happened, right? And holding on to that pain doesn't do anyone any good. It doesn't really serve you. And I'm not preaching here. Again, I'm only speaking from experience, and you can take some of it, all of it, or none of it. And whatever you decide to do with the information that you're given by me or by you, and it's the same goes for me. That's up to you. However you decide to apply something to your life, that's completely up to you. So, best advice that I could give you is to just allow yourself and others to just be. If you can, do your best to just allow yourself to be more than anything. To not judge yourself for past mistakes. To forgive yourself on behalf of others and forgive others on behalf of yourself. Don't hold on to anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Don't hold on to anything that doesn't help you reach your highest self. Every day you have an opportunity to create a new story. You don't owe anyone to be the same person that you were a year ago, a month ago, a day ago, or even an hour ago. Right? You can recreate yourself at any moment. That's the gift of every new day. So it's important to be able to recognize the sheep's and wolf clothing, because darkness is merely the absence of light. But sometimes, no matter how bright you are, what someone really needs is more of their own light. So don't let anybody dim your light, no matter what. No matter who it is, no matter what, don't let anybody dim your light. And if you fall short, if you find that a little glimmer of hope has disappeared from you, I think that if you look within, you'll find that it's there all along. It really is. It's been there all along. And that's what'll get you through it. You have your back, right? It's on your back. And you can have moments of support and wonderful love. And the beautiful thing about this love is that we're never really separate. We're not. It's all from here. But sometimes we can communicate from that emotional body, from that pain body, and not from the heart. And the heart is where all the truth lies. Your heart will tell you, your heart and your gut. For me, it's definitely both. My gut and my heart will tell me. And if you ever feel like you're wrong about someone, just realize that it's never too late for anyone to reinvent themselves. Nothing has to be finite. The future is always subject to change, right? And that's the best part. So now that we're losing a little bit of the light, I'm just going to end this on a positive note. I'm ever so thankful for the support that I've been given by all of you, anybody that has listened here, anybody that resonates with me, and just the positive feedback that I've been given by my wonderful friends and just random little beings on this planet. I appreciate you. Could not be here and do this without you. I really couldn't. So I just wanted to send you my gratitude and my love. Okay, well, hope you have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for stopping by. I see you. I appreciate you.